Make no mistake, this game is fun, and combat is definitely satisfying, with the tight gunplay you've come to expect from id. Every weapon feels powerful, with clear use cases, and looks great as they're ripping and tearing through waves of demons. Of course, there's also the addition of the shield, which adds a whole new and unexpected layer to the mix. Obviously, it can be raised to outright block attacks, used to charge into the fray, thrown at enemies like your Captain Doomslayer, and to parry some attacks. Combined with some excellent audio and visual design that makes every action feel impactful, this all ends up feeling like a really fresh and unique combat loop, especially since id have repeatedly said they've focused on returning to the roots of the franchise with the stand and fight philosophy. What this all equates to is a big emphasis on heavy, grounded combat. You're not jumping around swinging on monkey bars, dashing around to the nearest launch pad, or frantically running away in search of a health pickup. Instead, it's clear right from the start that you're meant to bring the fight to them, using your shield to charge directly into close quarters combat, parrying their melee attacks while distant enemies cast a net of bullet hell towards you, finish the staggered demon off with your mace, weave through the projectiles in search of that one that can be parried and deflected back to its attacker, and start the loop over again. It's very active and visceral, but not overwhelming. There's not much of a mental stack to keep track of here. You right click on the green glowy bits, press E on the purple dudes, and weave in between the red sparklies until the arena is clear. In the opening I mentioned that this game felt like a clunky one-trick pony, and so I guess it's time for that rug pull. The combat really does not ever evolve past the simple loop I laid out before you, which is on full display less than 5 hours into the game. Sure, there's plenty of new weapons and enemies being thrown into the mix, but unlike Doom Eternal, there's just no real variety to any of it. It all plays the same, right down to the repetitive combat arena design that mostly amounts to either wide open spaces with little cover or claustrophobic close quarters boxes. It's also incredibly slow, painfully slow for my taste, and if they didn't include the option to crank up the game speed to 150%, I wouldn't have enjoyed it nearly half as much as I did. I do think the team tried their best to stretch this framework as far as they could, with the returning branching weapon upgrades and upgradable rune systems which can affect how you play, like a shotgun firing incendiary rounds so demons drop armor, or your parry casting magical daggers like you're playing Elden Ring. There's some fun ideas here. It's just a shame that everything else feels so homogenized in the guise of giving players more options during combat.